Hi my fellow YouTubers, thank you again for just listening to this. It's only a quick intro. I just want to tell you that I'm already working on 2018 Terrascopes. So you guys can pre-order if you want to kind of take advantage of a much better price. At this stage, one individual sign is going to cost $19.95, and if you want all the signs, it's $39.95. So that way you can actually just put it in and wait for about December, I think 4th or 5th, when actually I'm planning to release them. And the prices will go up within a month, and then again within a month, for the full price being $30. So $30 and $50 versus $19.95 and $39.95. So hopefully you take advantage of that. You can just go to www.cattarot.ca/pre-order, and you're on your way. Thank you guys. And also, okay, hopefully I'll be seeing your orders for the annual Terrascopes, and let's jump into monthly November Terrascopes right now. Hi my Aquarius brothers, sisters, and friends. So let's see what November brings for us. Well, I have seen the cards and I'm very excited. So let's not delay and just jump right in. To start with, I picked up the rune and I was like so happy. This is my thread rune, but this is really Ingus. And Ingus is the rune of potential. So Ingus is saying, whenever you can begin, and whatever you can begin, begin it now, and don't look back. This is a rune that basically has the greatest potential from all of them in the entire basically runes. This is the rune number 22, so it's a master builder. This is really connected to health, well-being, and fertility. And that fertility is actually particularly connected to men. So guys, if you don't want it, make a really small investment. So this is also a rune of new beginnings. And it indicates great originality and even fertility of mind. And this also shows that reserves of energy are available for new projects and ideas. This rune has no inverted meaning, so the message of Ingus is always positive. So guys, good news for those who are seeking a new, more fulfilling job. However, for a new start that really changes your life, old business must be completed. You may have to make a conscious decision to close a door on one phase of your life entirely. If this is the case, you will find within you the courage and determination to conclude all business and make the right decisions to move on. Even if just now all seems so far too complicated to do that, or maybe even far-fetched. Sometimes these periods in life are fraught with great anxiety, and you know this yin yang sign it has in the blue, in the white part, it always has a little black dot, and vice versa. Nothing is completely clear, and boy oh boy, we know that as Aquarians, right? The true basically wisdom of Ingus is not to worry, because the rune promises that there will be plenty of opportunities to replace that which has been gone with something much better. I'm so excited because I know the Scorpio is basically ruling this year, but you know what, if you guys just wake up this month and do what you postpone doing for quite a while, this is going to be a new foundation that is going to last forever. This is also a rune of no regrets. Take your chance. It's very little point about crying over spilled milk and over past actions and events, but given time, this rune will prove that we will gain far more in the future And everything that we get is going to be much more precious than anything we have lost. Another thing here is problem solving. So if you have been vexed by a trying situation that maybe defied your best efforts and maybe took a tremendous amount of time or maybe even attention, this is now good news. The solution is now very close to hand. Sometimes you're just too close to the issue. You know what they say, when you're too close, you just don't see the forest from a tree. Try to kind of ignore some pesky matters for a while and give yourself a little bit space to kind of like deal with this, right? You know, sometimes answer comes like so kind of like fast at us. It's like slap, right? Oh my gosh, slap on your forehead. Oh my gosh, how did I not see this before? This also is a signal to book a well-earned vacation or simply take a few days of work to refresh your spirits and gain the sense of perspective. So I absolutely love it. And by the way, Safi was a helper with rune picking. I have entire 5 minutes of Safi attached to the end of this video if anybody is attracted to this little furball issues. Actually, I didn't say attracted. If anybody kind of really wants to see the furball. So let's get started. I am not going to go in so many details because I'm so excited with what I see. But just like they said, we need to clean the old things right there, right? Tsunami, it's not really air, but it is the kind of earthquakes from underneath that are creating tsunami, right? And tsunami is basically this huge motion that somehow goes unnoticed in the nature, right? Because this kind of like phenomena that kind of is one of the most fierce in the nature, right? It causes, it's caused by, I believe, by earthquakes or volcanic eruptions, and that kind of like is creating these powerful waves. They go like at 500 miles per hour. Guys, this is faster than an airplane. On the open ocean, you almost cannot notice them. They kind of like look normal because after all, open ocean is so vast. Who's going to zoom in on a small point? So these big waves that are collectively called tsunami, as they come close to the shore, their height start to increase enormously. However, their speed slows down to 50 miles per hour. So just imagine, so there is like this kind of like huge swap starting to happen, right? So the distance between these waves start to take considerable amount of time because this ocean is pulling back and pushing back, right? So if the through hits the land first, then the water recedes rapidly, and this enormous wave that initially comes like basically as a surge, right? So that receding is basically a clear sign of impending tsunami. That's when you see in the movies everybody running, and if anybody is like listening to this in tsunami prone countries, you do know the fear and destruction. And the only way to overcome this, guys, is to move up to the higher ground. This is wake-up call. You don't survive this by sleeping through it. This maybe is talking about something that has to wake us up. Just like they said that we need to clean our act and maybe close certain chapters in life. This is saying that maybe sometimes this cleaning is not as gentle as a little wave. Sometimes it has to come in a form of tsunami. And if so, guys, so be it. We are Aquarius, we can handle it. We handled quite a bit over the last while. So what the heck, bring it on, right? So just like this wave kind of recedes, right? We might also kind of know that it's time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in a subtext of whatever kind of happens to us that slaps us over Maybe it was something that kept on being sort of like nagging things there and there and there and there. And you were saying, I'll do it, I'll do it. But we didn't. So now, just like tsunami, often when we look back, when something like this happens, we then can see the signs that foreshadow it happening. So there are obvious clues that kind of we maybe ignored, and maybe there were omens that were very subtle that kind of like we maybe dismissed, saying, well, that's just our imagination, and we didn't listen to our voice of instinct. So guys, this is just telling me we need to kind of like do some cleanse, and we need to kind of get into our own space, understand who we are, understand that we have to be safe. I believe that we have been exposed for a while and allowing and giving a power to the others, because this is clearly asking us to leave our mark, as small as it could be, but we need to leave our mark. This is a place that is warm and that is secluded, and it is ours. So we don't need the lofty castles to be cozy, warm, and happy. This is saying that anything can be our cave and anything can be our sanctuary. And I will tell you what is happening. This is kind of like getting our firm ground, because this is happening in the water, and now we're going to earth. And this is really, really hard for us, guys. The meadow in this card kind of like obviously feels inviting in its beauty and its openness. Not only in the cities, but in the open space. This is really fantastic just to watch nature produce the most beautiful canvas. For many of us, walking through a meadow is exquisitely satisfying experience. We feel really comfortable, and there's this openness, there's this visibility, there is like this like sound of music kind of spinning, swirling thing. So there is like some kind of like feeling of being completely exposed. Hi Jeffy. Seeing the sky above and just like entire 360 around. So we are in a place now where we can actually take our risks with our feelings, because many of us have been hurt. And what is more important, that we can take risks with the truth of who we are. The truth that we know who we are. Remember what I said? Ground yourselves. We have to start to talk our truth. We no longer need to be subjected to some kind of conditioned fears, because in this sanctuary we have our own laws. We have our own sense of morality. We, I think, will be refusing to live in times that are nasty. You know, when they talk about this new earth, it's not necessarily packing up and going in a rocket ship, which maybe many of us would want to, because we have feelings that we came from somewhere else, because this strange planet doesn't feel like home. But we are going to, damn it, make our home. And I think we have to be the guide for all this nastiness that is going on this planet. Nobody's vulnerable anymore. And we have this prevalence of bullying, prevalence of being nasty to each other, swearing. Don't think that I'm Puritan, that I don't do any of these things. But if I cannot keep it together while doing my presentation, when can I? Why would I attract negative vibrations? I invite you guys to test yourself. Can you be a better person and take yourself to a better world? Take this risk. Let know the others who you really are, and don't be afraid. We did build this ground. This is where we were heading for quite a while. Sure, the others may judge us, evaluate us. We are either too tall or too short, or too fat or too skinny, or we don't have blonde hair, or we don't have brown hair. We are just not the right race. No matter who you are, something might be wrong with you according to somebody else. But guess what? You are right just as you are. You're just perfect as you are. There are many real possibilities. It is time now to be vulnerable. And being vulnerable also means loving ourselves. So we'll also be expressing truths, but we'll be expressing these truths in a very loving way. We are not going to be shooting from the hip. We are not going to insult or put others down. Because we also want to allow and invite others to express their vulnerability as well. And here we go. We are creating the new earth. We can actually be the leaders and show people how to communicate. And guess what? Prosperity begins. Isn't this lovely? The seed has been planted, and now the seed is shooting from the stars, all the fruits. Because sometimes we feel when we are crawling through that tunnel, the things that are hard, that we are never going to see that light. And then, wow, it happens. Look at all these butterflies and freedom. This is not necessarily a really fast moving cart. But if any of you have been worried about not having a job, or maybe their life not going in a direction that they really deserve to have, this is going to change now, because the seeds have been planted. Maybe the last tsunami has to kind of clear the air, but we are coming to our own. And we are able to actually express everything that we obtain. You know, there is always silver lining to bad situations. You learn a lot from bad situations. And that's the knowledge and experience and skill that nobody can take away from you. We become resourceful. And this is now planting a seed. This is planting a seed for any job, solutions, for career, for money growth. Make your affirmations every day. Speak your truth. And improve yourself. This also is a card of friendship. And guess who rules friendship? Yay! That will be us. And it's going to be abundance and friendship. And guess why? Because finally, we guys had a really hard time. We were closed down. We didn't speak up. And we kind of got really moody for quite a while. And we were cutting people left and right, I would say. But we got harder. We had this hardcore around us that kind of pushed people away. And maybe this is why so many other people judged us. You hear Aquarians this and Aquarians that. They actually didn't really realize that we actually built this really, really hard core of protection after being so much hurt. And this is changing. We are able to shed the skin. We are able to be vulnerable. And we are able to be reborn. However, every choice has an opportunity and also has a danger, right? What are we going to choose? A, B, C, or D? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Choose wisely, no matter what happens. Because the world is our oyster right now. We are free to fly. Sometimes so many choices sink people because they want either too much, they take too much, and they cannot handle it, or simply they get overwhelmed with the choices. Look at him. He's meditating, he's zen, to see in which direction to go. Just like this simplistic lifestyle can help us as well. Whenever I see this card, I don't think of an exact cave. I think of me sitting in the living room on my sofa, listening to my favorite meditation music, and maybe drawing my little sketches, just like those little kind of things that you see in the beginning of all these videos, my little Aquarian kind of icon thumbnail. Whatever helps you, the creativity that you can express yourself, it's going to now pay up. So guys, we are coming to this light. Light is showing up. So after this dark, and after us being pulled back, look at this. It's almost like showering down on us. In the other decks, this is the Sun card. And look at this glorious, glorious immersion in this sunshine. So this month, guys, if you can, buy the presents, buy your Christmas presents, because it's something that we'll be buying with love. And love for our neighbor, love for our parents, love for our loved one, love for our friends, love for our co-workers. Be balanced. Don't spend exuberant amount. You know, a token, a gift that is from the heart is really important. Just to be that. You don't need to earn anything anymore, because the friendship is now going to be given. Now, very much like tsunami here, in this card, we are seeing this poor fellow going up this steep, harsh mountain. And look at that. Somebody is telling, go further, go higher, go faster. And these are these ridiculous requests for having this rooster on head. So the truth here is, guys, maybe we haven't settled up with a whole bunch of other people problems and wishes and desires. Maybe it is a time to just say, yeah, you know what, this is getting too hard. But it's not hard because I cannot do it. I don't want to do it. I see no point in doing this anymore. Take them off. Let them fend for themselves. It is time, guys, for us. It's Aquarian time. Whatever are your burdens, this is the time now, guys, to kind of like really realize in which direction is the best for us to go. So if anything is getting too hard, if anything is maybe something that you feel somebody else's wish, not yours, it is time to return them that gift. They can do it themselves, and we can do it ourselves. It is time for you. And this is confirmed here. We see this guidance. Look, the angel. Look at this. Angel is coming to visit us. It's also this beautiful rainbow colored wings, right? And that actually represents the guide that each of us carries within. Just like this second figure that we here see in the background, sometimes we also may feel reluctant to trust, because this is the only time you can be vulnerable, when you know that you can fall and scratch yourself, injure yourself, but that you're going to get up and dust yourself off, and that you're going to be just fine. So the truth of our own deepest being is trying to show you where to go right now. And when this card appears, it means that we can trust that inner guidance that comes from that sanctuary, choosing what we really want and selecting what we want to do for others and what we cannot do for others, and also what we shouldn't be doing for the others. This is kind of the truth that comes in whispers. It comes in that sanctuary when you have the time for yourself. So indication is clear here. When you follow this inner guide, you're going to feel more whole and more integrated, as if you're kind of like moving outwards, right, from the very center of our being. If you go with this beam of light is going to carry us exactly where we need to go. So if you ever wonder about love and light, this is where it happens. And guess, guys, what happens? You know what they say? Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is a warning to us. We will have it too good. Since the gentleman clearly thinks he has it made. This is like what can happen to some of us. Oh my gosh, all these things. We're getting people, we're getting lovers, we are getting friends, we are getting everybody basically rolling that red carpet for us. Like, really sounds too good to be true. But come back to this reading every few days and see it again. And you will see that this is going to start to roll out that big carpet We have earned it. It didn't just happen. It hasn't been given to us. But we are being told that we still have to do some work on our own. And when we get where we want to get, this pink slippers and this whatever this is, piña colada, right? You know, there is a person who thinks he kind of like fully arrived. And the problem is, there are things here that are shattering and they can dissolve. So whenever we see this check mark, this says there is good and there is evil in life. So let's not get blinded. The sunglasses are here because we see this light. And let's not get blinded. This is like just as it's always going to be, right? So the message of this card is that we are not here at our final destination. Yes, we are going to well-deserved reward. We are going to get quite a few of our wishes coming through. But the journey isn't over. As you can see, and I don't know if you can see, you see this like little white bird here in the distance? She's flying into kind of like vastness of the sky, kind of like telling us that there is still much more and we can still soar up. We shouldn't get complacent. We are going to achieve so much that's realization here for all of you. Don't forget, this is not the destination. This is only a stop. So no matter how fuzzy are these pretty pink slippers, or how tasty is that piña colada, right? We are still having so much to explore over here. So in tarot, guess who is this? This is us, guys. Queen of Swords. It is somebody who is realizing what is important. And when tsunami hits, are you going to go and try to find your iPod? Are you going to try to find your phone? Or that special letter from somebody? No, you're just going to leave. Because everything you have, it's already there. It's you who you need. And what packs into that you is really, really important. And this is telling us we guys packed really well. What we have inside was job well done. Queen of Swords, just like tsunami, cuts anything that is no longer needed. The sword is a sign that we need to move on. We need to make sure that we also cut people we don't need, and we cut stuff that we don't need. Maybe it's a time to give extra stuff to Goodwill, maybe to a neighbor. Maybe give toys that your child doesn't use to a neighbor's child. If nothing else, there are many other children in the world who are not going to have the toy. And this is, again, here we had 1, prosperity begins, and this is 10. We are getting everything. This is a wish card. This is prosperity card. Some of us will get engaged this month. If nothing else, the sense of family and sense of unity, which is very hard for us because we generally belong to the world, is going to be so prevalent here. It's going to be so important to basically experience this beautiful happiness. So this is saying to us, do not stop here. It is nice to take a breather, but there is so much more. And guess what? It just gets better. Is this even possible? This is us. As above, so below. We are going to be the catalyst from this angel world to this planet. This is who we are this month. And guys, make sure you're a good catalyst. Take care of what you eat, because these changes could also be something as subtle as changing your diet, starting a new exercise program. Reading that book that is sitting on your night desk. Reading is a good thing. You learn how to speak better. This is how I learn English, by reading. It really helps. It opens your horizons. And lastly, friends. Friends are really important. Now, we have a few other cards that I jumped, and I'm not going to do these big readings for the other signs. And of course, I was doing this for me as well, and I figured, you know, I just cannot not to do that for my Aquarians. So if you're a cross watcher, I'm so sorry, but your sign might not get as much, because I'm even jumping a few signs to jump in Aquarians this time around. So let's see this card first. There we go again. Speak your truth. It says, be honest with yourself and others. Speak your truth at all times. This is the 5th circuit of labyrinth, right? And this is like associated with throat chakra. And guess what throat chakra is? Communication. Can you speak freely about what is on your mind? Vulnerability, remember. You see, society in many ways precondition us to think that there are times that it is not wise to tell our truth. But you have to ask yourself, how would you like that somebody withholds the truth from you? This is why I'm not a sugarcoating reader. I'm not obnoxious either, I hope. But I just tell you the truth. There are not two sides of the story. It's only one side, the truth. And this is time for us to speak ours. Communicating, guys, is also about listening. And I don't know when was the last time you spoke to any customer service. I mean, of course, this is a quick way to make you live it, right? And when I really want to train myself, I remember that I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that is done for a reason. Twice as many listening as much speaking, right? So if you find it difficult to listen, and instead you talk incessantly, or maybe you even have a fear of speaking, then you need to balance your throat chakra. I have some beautiful Reiki meditations, just the one that you are hearing in the background. It's a specific sound infused with my Reiki, and by the end of this basically video, you're going to feel really reborn and refreshed, and you will remember this. And it's going to give you this push to go forward. So I'm doing this specifically for my Aquarian friends. Remember, in life, you don't have to remember the things if you're honest. Honesty is the best policy. Also, you can try to wear something bright blue. This is our color after all, right? Especially around the throat area. Speak your own truth, but at the same time, be honest and compassionate toward others. And then I really wanted 1 or 3 cards, and I got a bundle here. And I was like looking at it, and you're going to see at the end of the video when Safi was assisting, I was like wondering, should I just put it back and just get 3? And then I said, no, you know, that honesty is kind of like really important. So let's see what we have here. We have the Temperance. However, guys, in this deck, the reading is not exactly the same as in other tarot. This is collector's deck, and you can as well, I guess, forget that it's tarot. So here we see reflection, and whenever you see somebody naked, and look at this, how many naked cards we got, which means speaking your truth. So in this particular card, it's basically just saying, like, because we are climbing the ladder, we are going from 1 to 10 in 1 month. Guys, this is liftoff, rocket speed. It's going to be huge, leaving other people in the dust. So just make sure who you're taking with you and who you're not. Because if you take with you people who are burdened to you, you're not going to get there. And this is definitely talking about that. If you go too fast, then you might kind of like end up not achieving where you want to go, just because maybe sometimes we're not careful, or we are taking people who actually are going to undermine our success, which can actually end up in this situation. If we end up in this situation, there's like this feeling of isolation and not being able to break through this glass, shatter this glass. But there is the light. We have to go to the light. We did get the light over here. And then we got both of these cards. In this deck, the strength is 11 and the justice is 8, just like it was in the very kind of original tarot decks. But numerologically, that actually never made sense. So numerologically, this is switched, and actually in my deck, it's going to be the other way around. So here we are talking about confidence. And again, repetition of the message. Let's not be conditioned by our past and any kind of fear of failure. Forget if you're having too many pounds, or not educated, not tall, not short enough. Others will never believe in you if you don't believe in yourself first. Because even to get there takes discipline, and we have been working on us, that we want to love ourselves in spite of anything that we are being told. And this is talking about that we need to fuel our dream every day by visualizing it. We need to do some work. Nothing is given to us. Nobody is entitled to anything. And all the things that we did are just like puzzles that kind of like drop on the table when we get them out of the box. But we are putting them together. Let's visualize where we can go to, because we can get there. This is still talking about some kind of struggle, right? But it's saying that we should not be making rash moves, because after all, we might need a soft place to fall, and somebody will be there to catch us. This is kind of like this really, really wonderful feeling. And don't forget that any job is beneficial. Absolutely everyone. We might need to negotiate maybe the new salary raise, and it's going to be lots of correspondence, possibly collaborations, or even associations that will help us to make our dream come true. All obstacles, all of them, will be overcome, because we are speaking our truth with kindness this month. We are not putting anybody down, even if they hurt us. And here we go, the success and the reward, realization of our dream. And it's going to occur when we least expect it. Even for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, well, this does kind of show the fall, right? September, something like that. But this is kind of like that reaping the benefits. It might be necessary to come up close to see where is this cut-off point, who we don't want, who is creating us, who is making us feel this big. If there is anybody that makes you feel sad or angry, or saddles you with their problems, well, maybe it is time to let them go and have their own devices, right? Because loans, scholarships, or possibly help from influential people will all be parts of what will be a part of positive results. We will be this beautiful conductor, and things will start to create beautiful music. So you guys are really, really, really going up. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to do a quick reading that's going to be more relationship, and then we can see what is in the store specifically in that level. Okay guys, you see, something made me change my mind the last moment, and I decided to just read this relationship just a little different this time around. Again, a little creativity is always good, right? This is piquing my own mind. So I started with this Lenormand, and I was like, one card after another was working out okay. So relationships. Is there somebody from overseas, or somebody who is in some kind of distance that means something to us? or it meant something to us. It could have been even a painful lesson that we have learned, something that maybe has been brewing for quite a while. Maybe there is still something that we are holding on to, and we need to drop it. On the other hand, some of you will go on vacation. Some of you will reunite with a loved one who maybe doesn't live at the same town, at the same place where you are. And even though now this is a romance reading, it's telling me you're going to find love. We are going to find love. You know what they say, plenty of fish? Go on plenty of fish and find and fish your own fish. Find your own love. The key is over there. This is also telling me that if you have any job that is a commission, or if you're an entrepreneur, or if you want to start something, this is the time. This is the month. It's going to be a long-term reward, and it's going to bring rewards beyond anything can be dreamt. So this is that moving on. Close the old, move on. For those of you who already are in a relationship, there is going to be getting together, and a really loving getting together. Going to be lots of joyful moments. For those of you who are not in a relationship, you will really embark on a search for somebody new. This time, loving yourself. This time, being extremely vulnerable and being able to open yourself and take the walls down. And also at the same time, be able to move on if somebody doesn't treat you right. Because this writer has this, you know what they call this health symbol, snakes. He's moving forward, but he's moving forward to a healthier, basically, space. It could be also somebody from the past that maybe you felt forgotten but you're wrong. You're not forgotten, but maybe it is a time to let go of them. Because I'm seeing this card, official person, which is also 22, just like this one. Maybe some of you will get married and maybe even get pregnant. For the others, this is definitely talking about a new relationship. And this new person can actually be an authoritative figure. He can be working for the government, for something that maybe taxpayers are paying for, or maybe somebody who did receive quite a big stature in their life. Somebody who has high honors. Maybe it's also somebody who has a child. Or maybe it is somebody who is really looking for and ready. And this is the key. When you meet people, don't meander. Be really, really targeted. This is why the key. You want to know what kind of house you want. If you don't define what you want with another person, how can you get it? Because maybe you want marriage, maybe you want children. And then you spend 2-3 years with someone who doesn't. So start from the very beginning. Don't take those vague answers. Oh, I don't know, let's see how it goes. We all know what we want when we want. So weed out those I don't know what I want. Let me call you 2 o'clock in the morning. Delete, delete, delete. That's a vulnerability. It might hurt. It might sting. Not hurt. It will sting. But it's going to be over. Because guys, again, we are dropping these burdens. It was enough. We carried that stuff long time, just like in the general spread. It is time to kind of let go where we want. Later. With these burdens, we are never getting where we are supposed to get. The things are just getting too hard. And there is this fresh start. Some of us maybe don't even want to be in a relationship. Some of us want to be the best we can be. The Magician always talks, just like the Star card that we had. Oops, and I already have cards on the floor. Lovely. Where is this beautiful star card? As above, so below. Look at this. We have it twice. As above, so below. We can get anything we want. So just make sure that we want is not only good for us, but for everybody else. Remember, niceness and kindness, paid forward, it's going to come back. It's going to come back soon. Queen of Wands will be busy dating, guys. Even if you think you just want to be on your own, because some of us will want to be on our own. The Magician generally is a single person, especially if you're a guy. Maybe you're saying, you know, remember how we had the sanctuary? I really want to work on myself, and I'm quite frankly happy with myself. Magician has all these tools, so it can create love, it can create wealth, it can kind of dedicate itself to the spiritual path, it can actually spark the fire of anything. Queen of Wands is just that awesome person who everybody wants to date, male or female, because this is a general reading. Somebody who is go, 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 somebody who wakes us up. So I think our last reading was like Snow White, wake up. This is exactly, guys, Snow White, wake up. We have been kissed. We still have to cough up that piece of chunky bad apple and get rid of people who give us bad apples. And we are just fine. We are going to be very, very fine. And lastly, I picked up a few cards over here, and I again wanted to actually pick one, of course, but 3 jumped out. And one card is 11. You like 11 sign. So let's see where this takes us. This one says balancing act. It says you're calm within, no matter the fluctuation of other conditions. There are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy, and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Perhaps you're unsure of your footing. Now is the moment to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord, and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced, focused, and level path. Second card is Tsunami, cleaning house. It is time to clear the clutter to make way for better things. You see, if you have the glass full of garbage, how can you put the new things in? We keep getting these messages everywhere. So this is what it says. When you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it is time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage must be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear for you to move freely in the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest. Clean house. Remember, Tsunami, the true value is inside. And this is confirmed here. The last card is Compass. It says, as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. You're entering uncharted territories right now. That is our vulnerability, guys, right? And we can expect wonderful new experiences. To stay on the highest path of our destiny, we need to keep our compass pointed to true north. Only spirit or a higher power can serve this function. Money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can help us find our true path. They're simply things that we may experience along the journey. Know that Spirit is working in our life. So even if we feel lost temporarily, it will be easy to find our way. We have to have faith and trust, because our compass with Spirit as true north will ensure that we will never be lost, even on a starless night when all seems dark. Remember, true north, because we are the star. Guys, I hope you like your November. I hope you're not going to be sitting on your bum. This is a lifetime opportunity. The opportunity of the lifetime. Pardon me, I cannot even talk. This was like so overwhelmingly positive that we need to grab it. For your private reading, please contact me at www.cattarot.ca. And again, I really greatly appreciate if you rate this reading either with thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you feel. And thank you so much for being a part of this channel, for being part of this viewership. And let's create a new earth, a new better world. I love you, my dear Aquarians. Talk to you soon. How do you know it is a time for Aquarius? Yes, my little aqua girl. My little aqua girl. Come on, say hi to everybody. Show me a pretty face. Come on. Show me a pretty face. Pretty sappy face. Pretty sappy face. What is this? What is this? What is this? Did you sleep the whole day? I just started and you're coming over. How do you know? So, what kind of month are we going to have? Here. You have a dirty eye. A dirty eye. Wanna pick Reiki? Look, a string. A string. A string. A string. A string. A string. What? You're not fully awake? A string? A string. A string. A string. Can you feel? Can you hear the string? What is with the string? Where is the string? Where is the string, baby girl? So what is Aqua going to have for the month of November? I have something in my... I have something... Wow, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to like it. The Rune of Potential. Rune of Potential. This is a 22nd rune. Lovely. They're going to love it. Okay, let's keep shuffling the other decks that I want to see. Yes, you can play with this. You can play with the string. Yeah. Where's the string? Where's the string? You can play this. I prepared this stuff for my aquas. Prepare this stuff. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see your face. Now I'm going to cheat you. There you go. String, string, string. Yes, there's the string. Where's the string? Where's the string? Get a string. Show us your small little teeth. Yes, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Shabby, so pretty. Oh, you're so pretty. Shabby, so pretty, pretty. My lovely Shabby. Hello, my girl. Huh? Aqua girl? Huh, Aqua girl? Aqua girl? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. String is not interesting right now. So let's see the law of attraction. What's going to be the law of attraction for Aquas for November? Oops, I think we have one already. Oh, we have quite a few. Oh my gosh. Look at that. A bundle. This is like, I don't know if I should go with everything. This is ridiculous. Well, these guys are, oh yeah, look at this. You're seeing yourself in the video, right? Look at that. Safi's seeing herself. She loves to watch herself. Yeah, she does. She does. Where's Safi? Where's Safi? Where's Safi? Where's Safi? Where's Safi? I'm going to play this for everybody, you know that. Yeah. Can I? Huh? Well, I'm not sure if this is an explicit permission, but okay. Fine. I guess I'll have to show everything. And we have that. 3 and 3. And let's get tarot. Let's get tarot. Are you coming back? Okay, guys, it was like Safi visit, but I'm going to do, wow, Queen of Swords. That's us. Aquarius. 10 of Pentacles. Lovely. Oh my gosh. What's going on with this month? What a difference. Aquas. 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 Oh, November. November. What? Nothing more? Okay. Oh, there it is. Wow, 3 of... and the star. I think we had a star here, did we not? No, we had a strength here. And temperance. Lots of nudity this month. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, guys. Safi is no longer here. I'm going to play this at the end. So my dear Aquas, if you're still here, and if you're not subscribed, please do. And please rate it up or down. Greatly appreciated. That's all I ask for my efforts. And yeah, please pre-order like Terrascopes. It's going to be bigger than this. It's going to be awesome. And you know what, you guys? You know that I love you.